On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we're here with James's first car. And you guessed it, it's probably the most reliable, easy to work on car there ever was. The GMT 800 Silverado. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo. This is my neighbor James, and his parents bought him this wonderful truck here so he would have something to learn to drive and work on. The one thing everybody always wants kids to do, but nobody ever does these days. So are you excited about having a truck that needs a lot of work?
There's its ups and downs.
Okay. And I guess one of the ups is you're in auto shop at your school. And are you gonna be able to work on your truck?
Eventually.
Okay, cool. What are you doing in auto shop right now?
Right now we're just learning like the ins and the outs of the engine. Like nothing really serious, you know, taking it apart, putting it back together, and making sure it runs. Nice.
Well, today on your truck, obviously you've been working on this for a while now, and they have been doing some great work. They watch my videos, and you know, they came and asked me what to do, and I was like, well, first of all, the doors were falling apart on this truck. And isn't that one of them still inside?
Yeah.
All right.
Up there.
This is what the door panels on this truck look like. Take a look at that. It was so bad. Basically, the entire interior had been covered with checkerboard duct tape, and stuff like this had been done all over it. So James and his dad went to LKQ Pick Your Part, found a truck with the matching graphite interior here, and went through and installed new door panels, and they look great. How much better is that? You don't have to worry about the door panel falling off when you pull on it now.
Yeah, it's a luxury, yeah.
It's a luxury, yes. I love it. So headliner eventually, I guess. That's a down the road. And they bought tons of other trim. They've got a dash cover so they can fix the cracking dash, typical GM thing here. How many miles are on this truck?
Too much,
maybe? I think. Kelly, how many miles are on the truck?
240. Crap. Dashboard's that could.
Oh, yeah.
About 244?
240 and change. All right, well, it's lived a great life so far, and honestly, this truck is in really good shape. I did a quick inspection for him when it came in, and I was kind of mind blown at how well it runs, drives, and I think the oil pressure sender even works at 244,000 miles. So it's doing pretty good, and they got a lot of great stuff coming for this, and they've been fixing it. But today, as always, we're putting in a Toto in it because we put a Totos in everything. I don't know, I've got them, they've got them, he's got it. The whole neighborhood is just nothing but a Totos. But it's because James will need CarPlay. I mean, everybody needs CarPlay, basically. So today we've got a pile here. The dash is already apart, and we have the old head unit's wiring harness. And we have, this is a new one that came with their dash kit. And I am pretty embarrassed by this one that came in here. So the standard wire color codes for automotive, right? You've got your green positive here, and then you got your green negative for your speakers. This does matter because the polarity of your speakers does matter. This adapter showed up with no markings on any of the wires. This one is the wrong color altogether. It should be white, black stripe. And it's all like 18 gauge wire. I've never seen anything worse in my life. So unfortunately, instead of using the brand new one, we're gonna cut the adapter off of the other aftermarket head unit that we took out here. It had a Kenwood in it. And we're gonna reuse all this old wiring because sometimes older is better in the case of the Chinese adapter wasn't good. So here's the Toto head unit wiring here. Here is the one we're gonna throw in. All right where it belongs. And we're gonna go ahead and cut this one out and reuse this connector here so that he's got nice at least 14 or 16 gauge wiring running to his head unit, because power is important. So the thicker the gauge, the better it is for moving that 12 volt power there. You know, to a point, obviously. So we've got our our solder seal connectors here that you guys love. You bought about 1 billion of these on Amazon since I posted the link. And yeah, let's cut this up. Actually, I'll let you cut this up. How about that? So what we're gonna do, we need to rescue this side of the connector. This is the Kenwood side of the connector, and you're getting rid of that. So basically, find the wire, get all the way up to the crimp cap, and cut it. So here's my wire strippers, and yeah, just save me as much wire as you can, and then I'll show you what's going down next. We'll get this done. So Kelly's been back here running wire, and he's already got the back of the truck apart. You guys can see we need the reverse 12-volt positive for the backup lamp there. So we're gonna grab that, and we're gonna feed that into the backup camera wire as always, and we're mounting the backup camera. But unfortunately, the backup camera just snapped off the plate mount. So you can see Gabe's garage is open because he's over there welding it back together. And over here, oh nice, I like your temporary solution with the zip tie, that works. Honestly, it will hold. But he just installed a new mount for the 7-pin, and it needs a worm clamp to hold it back. And the worm clamp that we had was no good. So here in a minute, we'll have a new one on there, and it'll have a nice fresh mount for his 7-pin connector because it was rusted off and broken. Right there, looks pretty bad. Oh dude, that's gonna hold.
Yeah, I just want to put one on the other side so it doesn't flap.
Sweet.
Good.
All right, Weld Master Gabe over here. And yeah, this, as soon as, it was all bent up, and as soon as it came out of the package, I tried to bend it to get the wires out, and the bracket snapped right clean off. So, that's what happens. It was a $20 camera.
Yep.
We can't be mad.
I can.
Thanks, Weld Master Gabe. So we're almost there on the wiring harness using our normal solder and seal connectors. 2 wires left. And James is over here unwrapping the new head unit because he actually did half the work here. He stripped all the wires, got this all prepped, and I'm just over here doing the easy stuff now. So here in a minute, we're gonna put some brackets on that, get it mounted to the slide-in adapter that fits this dash, and then he has a whole new dash bezel to fit the double din because these old trucks actually won't fit a double din like the newer ones do. Up to like 02, you had to have a completely different dash bezel. So they have that, and we are gonna throw it in here in just a minute. So,
Sweet.
we're moments away.
Moments.
Moments away from impact. Sounds like Evel Knievel or something.
It's the final countdown.
Do-do-do-do. 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 Can we can't put this in it.
Nah.
I'll put it all in there. All right, what do you think? How do you like your new head unit? Does it work great? Hook your phone up to it.
It looks like the size of the new phones.
It's wireless, right? They said it was wireless right on the box.
That's fair. I don't know why it's not connecting.
Yeah, the Bluetooth doesn't work. Bluetooth wiring. Highly anticipated solder. All right, he's never done this before, but we told him he knows what to do. So,
Which, as you guys know, is at least 30%
yeah,
the problem.
30% of the problem is knowing.
Exhibit confidence.
As long as you know there's a problem. Look at that. We didn't tell him a single thing.
Boom.
That's what happens when you go to auto shop right here, guys.
Nice.
You just, the other part goes into what's in your hand.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
That's it.
It's ready to go now. You can turn on the keys and have music.
The whole part and partial.
And if you want, you can even leave it laying in the center console and it'll work just fine. That one's actually kind of hard to get in sometimes. So you got it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
There we go.
Well, now all we got to do is screw on the little metal brackets and we'll be home free here in a minute.
Nice.
Here you go. First test. All you.
Take it all apart again so that we put the
It works.
back on.
It works.
No, we're just doing it here because
Look at that.
it says a Toto.
Toto.
If you turn it upside down, it says something else.
Auto.
Oh, what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way.
Look at that.
Yeah,
James.
look at your dad's way more excited that this works.
This is the creeper that made it happen. That's right. This is the creeper that went to the moon. How else did those guys fix the lunar rover when it broke down, huh? Look at that. $3? You got it for $3?
Came with the house.
People are always asking where my Montgomery Ward one came from, and I think it was $5 at a garage sale.
Wow.
Yeah. Where else do you get old wooden creepers? Garage sales.
Well, that and what, Craigslist and
There you go.
probably some of those other...
all the fine retailers selling wood creepers today. Well, you can microphone it yourself if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
The mic wire, we'll just run it down where the wire through the headliner is. We'll mount the mic up high and zip tie the wire down through the dash.
Yeah.
Oh, for the ground wire?
Look at this. Kelly's messing with me.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Be back here.
He was just...
Seeing, testing me.
Yeah, mocking up. That's what it is. He was
was
doing a mock-up.
Yeah, but we caught it. We caught it just in time.
So you were saying you prefer to do the blinker wire from
The backup
cluster?
camera wire?
Or
I
the
mean,
backup
everyone
camera.
knows it should come from the cluster if it can, and it can on these. It's actually pretty easy.
Right.
But on new cars, it's all ran in CAN bus all the way back to the lighting controller to the light. So that's why now everybody wants you to grab the power for the backup camera turn on from the backup lamp itself. So I'd say it's probably good practice to do it this way, but it also induces a bunch of line noise beside the camera, which is annoying. But it's because this stuff's not shielded. In the Alpines, it doesn't have any problem. In the cheaper cameras, it's a little flaky, but
Yeah.
we're gonna do it this way. Basically, you just had the bracket on the wrong side. Another successful Atoto install. What do you think?
I love it.
Sweet. You just need to hook your phone up to it.
Yeah.
So it's a Toto success.
And a total success. Anyway, we got the spare USB cable right there in case he wants to leave a flash drive plugged in, or you know, an iPod, iPhone, whatever, so he can have some music that stays in the truck. Obviously, the cluster and the climate control still need to go in, and we are trying to get our spacing nailed here, so we got to pop this back off. It's not even on. It's just sitting on here, so that we can get this all figured out. And we're gonna run the little trim ring and now put it back. Yeah, that fits better. So we don't even have the clips on this new bezel yet, but when we do, it should be perfect now.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to finally put this all back together. Obviously that one was just so we could figure out our distance on the mounts, the brackets on the side. And we did pretty well there. Oh, the dash cover.
While you're in there.
I mean, you're ready to put it on, aren't you?
No, not tonight. You think I'll stay up that 7?
I was like, man, let's slap it on. We'll have the new dash done. We'll have it all done tonight. Could have it all. Look at this. Here is their new dash pad. Tell me this thing doesn't look like a brand new truck.
It doesn't look like a brand new truck.
Okay, it does, Gabe. It's brand new.
No, it definitely looks like
This is a 2023 right here.
I like it.
2023 GMT 800. Brand new door panels.
I like it.
A whole new dash. And of course, we're just about done with the head unit. I gotta pull it out one more time real quick as we finish the backup camera here. So we got a couple seconds left. I gotta connect the two wires. Yeah,
Two wires.
I thought you said 2 hours. I was like, no way.
No, that's
It would never. I would never. Anyway, we're just about done. And then when you put it in reverse, Terry, you can see where you're going. Now Kelly wants to run the front camera. Here I was thinking I was done, but apparently we're gonna have to hook up the front. That's what happens when you give a man two cameras. He wants them both. Oh, remember when we did your truck, he wanted the front camera too.
Yeah. And
What's
you were
that?
like, no, we ain't doing the front
No,
camera.
no front cameras.
don't do that.
It's so much more work.
We don't take kindly to your front cameras around here.
Yeah, unless they were factory equipped. Because I was just telling them I use my front camera every single day. Anyway. Well, there we go. One afternoon of upgrades here. They haven't glued the dash pad on yet. That's next. So for now, we're not even going to put the clips on this. Once this is glued on, we can snap the bezel into place and it'll be ready with all the other pieces that go around it. And there's Gabe back there in the camera. Got the rear camera working out. Yep, it works. It works. This is the dog from Nickelodeon. And home. Oh, it's in reverse. I forgot we didn't just push R cam. Okay. CarPlay. Got the phone. Everything you expected. Man, you got so many CarPlay apps. I don't have MLB, I don't have CNBC, I don't have... Maybe I have Domino's. More CarPlay apps than me. I think that's it. I think we're calling it. Successful upgrade to the truck.
A Toto success.
All right.
It's worth another $10,000.
It is worth another $10,000. This is one of the ones that after you finish all this, you might be able to list for 20 grand and get it. Who knows? Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.watchjrgo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. There's all those clips for the center right there, ready to go on.
Clippy clips.
Clips like the Neptunes.
It's clippy time.
Microsoft Word jokes.
Ew.
All right, well, we've been out here working on it all afternoon.
You ready?
Yep.
All right.
Clear prop. Oh.
That works. Sort of.
Yeah, the ticking part works.
That's... All right.
Well, good times. Good times. I guess we'll put it on the battery charger. Yep. On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are here with another GMT 400, 800, 800, right? Yeah, 800, 900, that's what it is.